here at the campus of the University of Hawaii at Manoa for Day 3 of the Rainbow Wahine Showdown. Your sixth and final game features the University of Washington Huskies from the Pac-12 Conference as they take on your University of Hawaii Rainbow Wahine of the Big West Conference. Here are your starting lineups. First for the Huskies. At 4, the 5'11" senior from Union, Kentucky, number 2, Lauren Schwartz. At 4, the 6'4" junior from Seattle, Washington, number 14, Dalea Daniels. At guard, the 5'11" sophomore from La Mirada, California, number 1, Hannah Steins. At guard, the 5'11" sophomore from San Francisco, California, number 24, Elle Ladine. And at guard, the 5'11" junior from Spokane, Washington, number 3, Jada Noble. The head coach of the Huskies is Tina Langley. The starting lineup for your Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. At 4, the 6'4" junior from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, number 14, Brooklyn Brewers. At 4, the 6'4" sophomore from Denver, Colorado, number 12, Imani Perez. At guard, the 5'10" junior from Kennewick, Washington, number 23, Melanie McBee. At guard, the 5'7" junior from Kaneohe, Hawaii, number 3, Lily Wahine Kapu. And at guard, the 5'7" senior from Lafayette, California, number 2, Ashley Toms. The Director of Operations is Jason Hill, Assistant Coaches Derek Florence and Kalila Mitchell, Associate Head Coach Alex Delanian, Head Coach for your Rainbow Wahine, Laura Beeman.
Despite returning 11 letter winners, including 4 starters from last season, the Rainbow Wahine basketball team is still looking for its chemistry on the court with a 2-4 record to start. Navigating through a tough non-conference slate, Hawaii is coming off of a rebound victory against Idaho State, in which the Bows drilled 11 field goals from beyond the arc. Up next, a matchup between the Washington Huskies and the host Hawaii to wrap up the Rainbow Wahine Showdown. And with that, we welcome you inside Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Canola, he's sitting next to Lori Santi. Lori, take us through the kinds of permanente keys to the game.
Right, Coach Tina Langley, she loves to be efficient. They shoot the ball at a high percentage. They rebound it well. Defensively, they're really sharp. They do everything very efficiently on both ends of the court. And Hawaii's got to be detail-oriented. When you're a smaller team, you got to make sure you're boxing out and you're changing your passing lanes a little bit. You're squaring up. You're strong with the ball. All the little details when you play against bigger teams become super important.
Hawaii wins the tip, and so the Rainbow Wahine control here to get this final game of the Rainbow Wahine Showdown underway. Hawaii 2-4 this young season coming in. Washington, they are 6-0. Melanie McBee starting things off by dropping the triple. The Hawaiian Financial FC starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. As McBee steps up into the passing lane, but that allows Lauren Schwartz an open look. She's the team leading scorer, just under 13 a game. And how about the maneuver on the follow by Delea Daniels, 6'4" junior from right there in Seattle, Washington. Bit of a homecoming as she started her collegiate career at Cal for a couple of years.
She's the motor underneath, always matched up with the bigger post player. List her at 6'4", I think she's more 6'2", but super active.
McBee, a second try. Got that one to go. Leilani McBee, 2 for 2 from distance to start.
Big emphasis for McBee in practice has been being shot ready. She's come out shot ready tonight.
And a traveling violation against the Huskies. McBee averaging just under 7 points per game, shooting 36% from downtown. She's the team leader in attempts and makes from outside the property line.
Hit 3 against Idaho State in that win yesterday.
And here's Imani Perez. What a weekend she's having, averaging 12 points here in this tournament. A minute and a half gone by. McBee picks up the dribble. Now Lili Wahine Kapu puts it on the floor. The up and under move, too strong off the glass.
I love that move. It's the perfect move against the bigger guard.
Hannah Steins now controlling for Washington. And here's another look for Schwartz. She won't miss too many if you keep giving her open opportunities. 12.8 points per game, averaging 16 here this weekend, coming off of an all Pac-12 honorable mention season a year ago.
She's a dribble. She can shoot off the dribble and a great catch and shoot her off the screens as well. Wahine Kapu has that little quickness edge in this matchup. Tom's with the 3.
A little long there, but Wahine Kapu in the right spot for the long rebound. Here's McBee off the show and go. A little pull up off the glass, too hard. And the Huskies coming the other way.
I think the offense looks a little more crisp. At least they're looking for shots earlier in their possessions than they have through the course of this preseason so far.
Ella Dean nifty behind the back dribble, but it bounces off the front of the iron. Rebound cleared by Brooklyn Ruers, the 6'4" junior transfer from Michigan State. Wahine Kapu steps into a 3, and it is an air ball. Lili Wahine Kapu with a somewhat un-Lily-like start to this season here, Lori, averaging 7 points a game. Has also more turnovers than assists here so far as you take a look at the Huskies head coach Tina Langley in her 3rd season. Came over after 6 years at Rice, and she has been able to find success wherever she's been.
Won 19 games last season, 12 more than the season before, the second biggest win increase in the country. So Langley touted really highly, and she's done well there.
Ella Dean knocks it down, 5'11" sophomore from San Francisco. She's second on the team, just a 1/10 of a point behind Lauren Schwartz in scoring average.
And you're seeing what they do. They're guard-oriented. They like to get downhill, but they take high-volume 3s in this program.
They average 8 made 3s per game to the Huskies. Skip pass. Wahine Kapu lines this one up. That one goes. And it's a shooting contest here early on in Manoa.
You know Wahine Kapu loves these challenges. She's her best in big games like this. Don't underestimate just her quickness.
Open look here for Daniels. And a good rebound there. Jada Noble, who was able to outduel McBee on the offensive glass. Ladine keeping the dribble alive. Left it short, though. Rebound Ruers.
Ruers, nice job underneath. Not often that we've seen Wahine teams go 6'4", 6'4" in the post. And with Ruers and Perez doing a good job on the glass here early.
Well, they tried to get it into Perez. Nothing doing. Huskies the other way. It's Delea Daniels challenging Ruers. Got blocked, but a foul is called.
Boy, Ruers, I think it was with the body. Underneath, Ruers looked good sliding down. I think she had her hand on the body, but the block looked nice.
As you take a look at Laura Beeman, 12th season atop this program. Hawaii went 1-1 in last week's Bank of Hawaii Classic. They are 1-1 here this weekend in the Rainbow Wahine Showdown. They have some injuries once again here at the onset of this season. And also, just would like to note, appreciate the coaches wearing the Maui Strong shirts there on the sideline.
Chris Beeman in her 12th season, as you saw there, and back-to-back Big West tournament champions, NC2A. She's also similar to Langley. I would say there are some similarities there. You see Kelsey Amaya into the game. You know, there are some similarities in terms of how they run a balanced student-athlete program. A lot of the things they do, very similar.
So Imai now running the point here. Deja Phillips on the floor as well for Hawaii. He's been predominantly coming off of the bench this year. Pass to Perez. Got broken up and was last touched out of bounds by Imani.
Good look there at Jada Noble, the 5'11 junior, sister of Gabby Williams, who won a couple natties at UConn, plays in the WNBA. She is a defensive nightmare if you're the Wahine. Leads this team in steals. Preseason defensive player of the year, honorable mention type in the Pac-12. Great defensive player, Jada Noble.
Yeah, she and her sister now, as it works out, both playing in Seattle. Sister with the Seattle Storm, as that one goes up and in, right on cue. Jada Noble, who hails from Spokane, Washington. Under 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. Nice ball movement here by Hawaii. Deja Phillips, 3 off the mark.
Really is. I'd like to see them get a little bit more high-low stuff and get something easier underneath Kanon. A lot of 3 looks. They're doing well so far, but I feel like they can get something underneath with Perez and Brewers. Wahine doing a good job just on-ball defense. You see the quickness they have to offer with Phillips and Imai.
Ladine calling for the screen. 3 seconds to shoot it. Schwartz for 3. And another rebound for Brewers. She's able to stay inbounds. And Hawaii now into the front court.
Kelsey Imai kind of blew that screen up. No call there. Being physical is her game.
And she's not shy about that part of the game, that's for sure. Here's Phillips. 10 seconds to shoot. McBee launches. All 9 of Hawaii's points off of made 3s here so far.
Not giving up a lot of easy stuff. We've really just seen a layup here early on by the Huskies. Everything else coming a little bit harder.
Ladine going baseline. Imai falls to the floor and she looks to have taken a shot. Whistle goes against the Rainbow Wahine, but Imai appears to be shaken out. Laura Beeman looking on with a fair amount of concern. We'll be back.
The University of Hawaii Sports.
Rated T for teen.
When did you last really feel something? Beyond the everyday. Beyond the extraordinary. Beyond imagination. Feel it now on PlayStation 5.
PlayStation.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate.
Shooting frame, a couple of 3s by Treilani McBee. And then you also had a triple go for Lili Wahine Kapu, which is a very welcome sight for Hawaii fans. She had made just 3 triples on the season. coming into this game, but it is a 12-9 advantage at the moment for the Huskies.
Somewhat impressed with just their defensive energy right now, right? Early on, I feel like they've done a nice job defensively against a bigger Washington Huskies team.
As you saw in the Hawaii Honda dealers highlight reel, Hawaii seems to be moving the ball around with the intent on getting perimeter shots. You'd like to see them maybe getting a little bit more interior-oriented,
Yeah,
as you saw the shot taken there by Kelsey Imai.
And they're definitely flexing up on defense, right? They've got Ruers inside. You see Imai taking some blows. We've seen her take a couple shots to the head in this preseason. I'm not worried about Biggie, though. The Big Island girl, she's gonna be back. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. You see there, Ashley Toms, they spend a fair amount of time on the floor when they're in the ball game, but always a lot of effort. Yeah, I would like to see just a little bit more high-low between Perez and Ruers, finding them in spots where they can finish underneath. We see a lot of kickouts from them, a lot of good ball picks up high. Would like to see more points in the paint from this group. And they're you know, it's early.
All right, so the officials seem to be intent on reviewing that last play there.
It looks
involving Kelsey Imai.
You saw that angle right there. It looks like she took a shot to the teeth.
Did she get a chip tooth?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Watch the right elbow there. Oh, it's her head. Oh, no, there it is right there. It was late. So you're going to watch Ladine get by Imai. Watch that right elbow late, right there.
Ooh. Ooh. And so the officials are taking a look at this just to see if there requires further adjudication here on this play.
It's tough. It's almost as Ladine's kind of trying to stay in bounds here as she dances along this baseline, but definitely a little bit of a flailed elbow. Not there. It says she gets by right here.
Ooh, that's a pretty high elbow there. The officiating trio, by the way, Alicia Murray, Sean Martin, and Steve Piercy. Their DV Sport monitor not working across the way, so they came to our table to utilize our monitors. And now the discussion continues. If you were wearing one of the referee tops, what would you be thinking here, Laurie?
Yeah, I think they're kind of trying to keep it safe. You know, it's tough because you feel like they should be intentional. It should be so obvious, but that's not really what the trend is. It's really to keep the defensive players safe, right? To sort of disallow that kind of movement at the top.
Well, you saw Kelsey Imai. It looked like she had been given a mouthpiece, and then when she flashed a brief smile, you have a chipped tooth right there. All right, so we got an explanation there from Steve Piercy, and so there was a foul that will send El Ladine to the line to shoot for UW, a foul on Kelsey Imai. But after that standard foul took place, they are going to call Ladine for the intentional foul, as is the lingo that is utilized here by the officials, which means that Hawaii will then get 2 technical foul shots and the basketball.
So they're trading free throws. I think it was a pretty aggressive elbow. I don't think obviously Ladine meant to. It wasn't ugly, but it ended up being ugly. Kelsey Imai, wow.
Well, don't miss a second of the action. Watch Spectrum Sports on the go. The Spectrum News app has the local sports you love and the news and weather that matter most to you. You can download today on the App Store or Google Play.
You know, we thought she maybe had knocked a contact out. I think that was her tooth. Remember when we saw her I thought maybe that was a contact that came out of her eye. That's what we first thought. I think it was her tooth.
Well, it looks like she's holding it there in her right palm.
Handing that over to the trainer.
So the foul actually went against Deja Phillips, the common foul.
Yeah, that was the confusing part. It wasn't Ladine shooting.
And now I think the officials are trying to make sure that they have the right shooters here in this situation for the Huskies. And this could require further reviewing. So it is Delia Daniels at the free throw line. Deja Phillips picks up the foul. 2 free throws coming up here for Daniels. She leaves the first one short. A 60% free throw shooter. By far the team leader in free throw attempts and makes. And the second one is good. And so now they will assess the intentional foul. And Hawaii will shoot 2, and they will get the basketball. Deja Phillips will be shooting here. 87% from the free throw line on the year. As you see some substitutions now on both sides. Savia Sellers, freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. A decorated prep player over there, won 3 state titles at Anchorage Christian School on Route 2. The University of Washington. And on the Hawaii side, looks like we have Jade Peacock checking into the game. 6-foot freshman from Gold Coast, Australia.
Jade Peacock hit 3 threes in the first half of yesterday's game, provided quite the spark. And there we see Kelsey Imai on the bench for the Wahine. They're losing a tooth here early in the ball game.
Well, now
how often we say that?
Now they are reviewing. I'm not exactly sure what they are reviewing. They're trying to make sure that they have the right player to assess the technical foul on, is what we are being told.
I was confused on the shooting part. So that play for us sort of stopped at
the play continued, which was a bit of a confusing detail with the fact that Kelsey Imai went down. And so there was a subsequent exchange that resulted in the foul on Deja Phillips and the free throws for Delia Daniels. Now they are trying to make sure that they assess the technical foul properly, and that's El Ladine, number 24. And there you see the play continued, and that's where the common foul took place. But we
didn't
had
call
our eyes on Imai. There was no foul called.
Right. That's the confusing part.
There was a foul called after the contact with Kelsey Imai on the pass to Delia Daniels and the subsequent shot there. And so they just wanted to confirm that it was El Ladine picking up the intentional foul, as they term it. And so now we can get back to the business of the Hawaii free throw shooting, Deja Phillips.
Phillips, 87%. And big clutch free throw type shooter. She made huge free throws down the stretch in the Big West Championship run last season. And have you shot like that when you've been by yourself down there in a high school game? Or it's a little nervy, right? It's just a different feeling when you got nobody down there.
Well, she's only missed 3 free throws so far this season. She's 22 of 25 now.
She's a great free throw shooter. And she shoots a lot. She gets to the free throw line a lot because of her style of play.
Hawaii down 2. Pretty competitive opening frame here, Laurie. McBee, this is from way outside. Phillips got a hand on the offensive rebound, but she's last to touch it out of bounds. Olivia Davies now entering the contest for Hawaii. Another player that Laura Beeman would love to see get untrapped here. She is now a junior. She's been with this program for a handful of years, averaging 3.5 points per game. Still trying to get a little more confident on the injured knee that kept her out for a majority of last season.
She could be a highlight reel, though. Very talented.
Speaking of talented, how about that stop and pop? Lauren Schwartz followed head coach Tina Langley to Seattle from Rice. Spent 2 seasons there playing for her current head coach.
And we saw Wahine early in this game. Lots of good movement off the ball. A little bit better tempo offensively. They get in trouble when there's a little bit too much standing around.
The drive by Peacock, and she draws the whistle. Jade Peacock, the freshman, 3 for 5 from outside the arc against Idaho State yesterday.
Really high IQ. Beeman talks about just her understanding of the game for a freshman being above average, and she gives him some length at that wing, right? She can guard the taller guards at the wing. She can play down a little bit with bigger guards. She can post people up. And a good shooter. typical Aussie fashion.
Well, and her dad, a professional, played in the NBL, the Australian Professional Basketball League during the 90s. Goes 1 of 2 on that trip to the line. I mentioned UW 6-0 here to start this season. First time that they have started 6-0 since the 1997-98 year, where they would go on to start 10-0 ultimately.
Of course, their dominance really back in 2016 when Kelsey Plum, they went to the Final Four. Of course, Plum on the Las Vegas Aces, won back-to-back championships, and just got married.
2 seconds. Darren Waller. 2 seconds to shoot, and Schwartz just had to heave it.
So I feel like the Wahine are leaning a little bit on their quickness edge defensively. I feel like they're closing out. They're getting around screens. They're doing a good job on the defensive end.
Oh, but a foul called on the screen set by Olivia Davies will send it the other way.
That's Alaska on Alaska. Didn't think about that. Savia Sellers into the ballgame. The Alaska Gatorade Alaska Player of the Year just went to the bench, and Olivia Davies, also from Alaska, one of the better players to ever come out of there.
Yes, Sellers won 3 state titles. You had Olivia Davies, who was a 2-time state champ at Wasilla High School in Anchorage. 49th state duel between those two, as that 3 off the mark by Stein. She gets it back on the left wing. Chloe Briggs on the drive, and she's called for steps.
Good D there by Peacock, the freshman. If you're Beeman, you got to be pretty happy with the way the Wahine have come out in this first period. About a minute left here.
Competitive first quarter to this point. Hawaii 3 of 10 from the field. UW shooting 5 of 12. A look here for Peacock. Good pump fake. Kicks it to the corner. This time she lets it fly. Off the mark. And Wahine Kapu had a beat on it, but it was ripped away by Ladine now in transition. Putting pressure on Peacock. Misses on the runner.
That's what Ladine likes to do, is get downhill.
Opportunity for Hawaii to hold for the last shot of the quarter. Under 10 seconds. Wahine Kapu running away from 2 defenders. Extra pass. It's Davies for 3. Unable to hit. And quarter number 1 in the books. Competitive. However, UW with the 3-point advantage. Behind 5 first quarter points by Lauren Schwartz.
Non-conference season, except for right here.
Hawaii hanging through that first quarter. This is Steins drilling the 3 from the left corner. 5'11" sophomore from La Mirada, California. In her second year with this program. Had 13.7 rebounds against Air Force yesterday.
Go push now.
Trying to get it into Ruhr's. Batted away. Good recovery there, Peacock. Now Wahine Kapu with under 10 to shoot. It's going to be Toms for 3. That one hit glass first.
Wahine Kapu getting in deep, but only that 3-ball kick out there. I'd like to see her be able to dump off for somebody available right in the key like Brewers or one of the, even Peacock.
And that's going to be Hawaii basketball out of bounds after the Jada Noble miss. So Deja Phillips back in, Delia Daniels back in on the UW side. Talk about the Huskies. You mentioned 19 wins last year, most wins in a season since 2016-17. They were 16-5 at home, just 3-10 on the road and in neutral games, but they played their best basketball down the stretch, Lori. They made it to the Final Four of the WNIT, referred to as the Fab Four.
Yeah, I saw that.
Before losing to Kansas in Lawrence in that WNIT semifinal, as Brewers got blocked out of bounds. They also scored a victory over then number 2 Stanford last season, which is never an easy task.
As I rewatched that game, it was quite the battle start to finish. And Brewers, that still though, that was a great pass inside by Davies, had a clear lane, got it in, up to Brewers to score there. But Get the ball inside.
4 seconds to shoot. Wahine Kapu, little riser, got it to go. Couple of buckets early for Lily.
I feel like she's better almost against taller opponents, right? She's got all the head fakes, all the little hezzies, all the moves come out. Where Lily Wahine Kapu's playing against someone a little bigger than her.
It seems to get her attention. A little more engaged, perhaps.
Good challenge.
And that shot left short there by Steins, and Daniels trying to clean up the spill, got it knocked out of bounds.
Good look at Delia Daniels, sort of her game. She is super active underneath, gets a lot of O boards. No foul call there. Nice job on the help by Deja Phillips on that offensive board.
Daniels entering this game just 9 rebounds away from 500 for her career. Spent 2 years at Cal. She's in her 2nd season with the Huskies. All Pac-12 honorable mention last year. And how about that dime drop to the cutting Ladine? Lead for the Huskies is 6. Phillips dribbling right into Ari Long. Good physical defense there by Long, the 6-foot frosh from Moreno Valley, California.
Yeah, highly touted. This is the 14th ranked team, recruiting class in the country, and Long one of those.
We're going to have a reach-in foul. Looks like it's going to go against Ashley Toms.
I like to see Phillips' aggression, though, right, offensively. That's something that they need. It's something that she brings to this team sort of uniquely, that ability to get to the rim.
And so Kelsey Imai, 1/2 a tooth less than what she started the game with, re-enters the ball game.
See that mouthpiece, and you wonder if that, obviously not perfectly fitted at this point for Kelsey Imai. Toughness, though, right?
Might be a little large there for her teeth impression. She might have to go get that one a little more custom fit at some point.
And it's hard to breathe, right? You've had, they're not perfect.
Phillips will try a 3. Good open look. Off the heel, no. Rebound tapped around, and Daniels corrals it. Here's the matchup. Ladine, whose elbow was the one that caught Imai, and a good little pick and roll as Daniels finishes at the rim. Washington now up by 8, largest lead of this first half.
Couple inside points in the paint. That was just a great drop-off there by Ladine. They traded assists there. Daniels and Ladine.
Phillips driving baseline, and we're going to have an offensive foul. It's going to go the other way. Jada Noble rooted into the floor and taking the charge.
Now just drops right off. Got a mismatch with Imai. Great pick and roll there by Daniels. And on the other side, watch Noble step in. Good call there. Deja Phillips with the charge. Noble anticipated that so nicely. That's what she does.
UW outscoring Hawaii 8-0 in the paint. Here's a 3-ball off the mark by Dean. It's also a scoring drought of now more than 2 minutes being experienced by Hawaii. Here's McBee, hit a couple of triples early. Now Toms will try one, a high archer that draws nothing.
Perez hasn't really gotten the touches on the offensive end quite yet. Talked about her efficiency early in this ball game, around 55% from the field, 53% from the 3. Just hasn't gotten many good looks.
Long down the left side of the lane. Good rebound, Ruers. Already her 5th board of this contest.
She's cleaning the glass on that defensive end.
Hawaii will reset here.
It's that containment man, right? They don't play a real tight man, but they're long enough at those wing positions.
Good drive there, Imai. Finish wasn't there, though. Gotta love the tenacity and fearlessness of Kelsey Imai. Takes a shot to the grill. She's gonna have to deal with that at some point later, but here she is back out there as bulldogged as ever.
And she's had a good tournament. She's had some good quality minutes. Hasn't turned the ball over a lot.
Nice job there by Perez. Scramble for the loose ball. And it's going to be we haven't gotten a signal as to whose possession it is. Now they're pointing in the Hawaii direction. Timeout on the floor. Rainbow Wahine basketball when we come back.
Wahine have gotten some deep touches, but I'd like to see Phillips get to the rim or Davies get to the rim. Somebody force that action on the inside a little bit.
13 of Hawaii's 18 shot attempts in this first half have been from three. Now they get it into Perez, but she relocates it out to Ruers. Her three is good. Little inside-out action for Hawaii. And that's their fourth main triple. They're within 5.
Not shocking either. Ruers, good three-point shooter. 7 of 13 now in the season for 50%.
Here's an open look for Schwartz. Speaking of good three-point shooters, the rebound cornered by Wahine Kapu. She steps into a three.
It was interesting. I'm not sure the spacing between that pick for Wahine Kapu and Ruers sort of being in the way has sorted itself out. I feel like Lily's shooting over the top a little bit of Ruers, like it's a little bit of a tight, maybe it's a little bit more of a step back or something's got to change there.
Well, Ruers is 6'4".
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've seen that a couple of times where I feel like that spacing's not quite right. Something will work out. Nice to have that big screen.
And stepping on the sideline was Schwartz. So Hawaii gets the ball back. Each team now with 5 turnovers here in this first half. Under 4 minutes to play until the break. Nice crossover move there by Wahine Kapu. Now Davies will try a three. And it goes. Oh, it danced all over the place. And Hawaii within 2.
That should be a 4, right? Went in, came out, went back in, or 6, something like that. Olivia Davies kind of needed that. Maybe that'll get her on track a little bit offensively.
I don't know if she called bank.
It's okay.
I'm definitely sure she didn't call double bank.
That's going to be on Perez with the body.
And that's going to be before the shot attempt.
For the activity level of Daniels, but it's good to see Perez. Perez can play 2 types of games, right? She's got that activity level. You see the kick back out from Perez to Ruers for the 3 ball. And then Davies on the other side, off the glass twice, and in for Olivia Davies.
Spin move by Daniels, too strong off the glass on this end. Hawaii a chance to take the lead with a 3 here. Oh, in low, it's Perez, relocates it to McBee, but a foul on the pass. Great hands there, exhibited by Imani Perez.
And how quickly, right, she got that ball back out to her shooter. You know, that double team came. That was almost a touch pass by Perez. That's that court awareness. You're going to see the drop back. Hit Perez on the arm there, but Big B had a nice open look for a 3.
It's always interesting talking to Laura Beeman, her philosophy about the evolution of some of her underclassmen talent. At what point do you think Imani Perez will be able to assume a greater responsibility with this team as Ruers misses from distance?
Yeah, I kind of feel like when I see her in game, she welcomes it. You know, I think she's ready, getting pretty close to being ready right now. And by Big West Conference play, I think she'll be very ready. Look at her feet. I mean, her ability to guard guards at 6'4".
Steins got stripped by McBee. Saves it. Ladine now on the drive. That went off the foot of Perez. Hawaii takes over.
That energy level so good for the Wahine defensively in this first half.
McBee from the corner. Offensive rebound. Davies fouled on the way up. And she'll get 2 shots.
That's the athleticism that Olivia Davies brings to this team. A weak side crashing rebound off the miss by McBee. Watch Davies come in from that baseline. Nobody there. And she doesn't kick it out. She gets to the free throw line. Savvy play there by Olivia Davies.
So Olivia Davies 4 of 5 from the line this young season. Misses the first.
I feel like Ruers has sort of upped her intensity in this second quarter as well. She's Been good on the glass all night.
Second free throw is good, so the difference on the scoreboard is just a point here. Closing in on 2 minutes to play in the first half. A 7-0 Hawaii run at the moment.
Hawai'I Kapu very engaged in this game. We mentioned that earlier. And remember, for both teams, this is the third game in as many days. So coaches using their benches.
Schwartz rubbing off the Daniels screen.
Really good play there going over the top by McBee.
It's certainly an area that she has worked on. The defensive end trying to be a little bit more tenacious on the ball. That three ball draws nothing by Steins. Hawaii has it with a chance to take the lead. Imai into the front court.
Really good from start to finish on that defensive end.
Cross-court pass, it's Perez. Under 10 to shoot. Imai rubs off the Brewer screen. Perez, someone's going to have to get it up. Tough shot. Almost got it to go.
You should have had that to your repertoire. That's pretty close. The step around by Perez.
Here's Sellers handing it off to Daniels. Daniels, tough angle, but she drew the contact.
Ooh, that's tough. She goes for the fake on a kick out and comes back underneath with her own arm under Ruhr's. Tough call for Brooklyn Ruhr's. Guess she goes straight up right there, right? You can't reach at all. But Brooklyn Ruhr's giving it back.
And Daniels to the line. 7 points, 4 rebounds for her at the moment. We mentioned closing in on 500 rebounds for her career. Needs 5 more to reach that milestone. Already has surpassed 100 career blocks in her career. Achieved that earlier this season. And she misses the free throw. So this drought continues here for UW. It's lasted over 6 minutes. How much of that is the Hawaii defense being played right now?
A lot of it. You know, that's right. You're outweighted a little bit at the guard position, but the quickness has shown up for the Rainbow Wahine and the effort. And trust with McBee as well. She gives you some size on defense. She's done some good things tonight. I think more rebounding, more physical play on the defensive end, not just a shooter from McBee, is important this season.
Foul called away from the basketball on Sabia Sellers. Third team foul for Washington. Hawaii sitting on 4 team fouls, so no bonus situation just yet.
And you know, Kanoa, you get a little juice when you're in these games. You're staying close, right? You're showing up. You're starting to get some confidence going into halftime. Like, hey, we're in this.
Here's Wahine Kapu squaring up. Seven seconds to shoot. Wahine Kapu, tough drive. The runner off glass is good. What a shot. And we're tied at 23. Ahead of the package. Schwartz at the other end. Nobody accounted for Lauren Schwartz. 5 seconds left in the first half. Imai on the drive. Left hand shot. No. Peacock unable to get that one off before the buzzer. And so some up and down action to close the first 20 minutes between Hawaii and Washington. And it is a 2-point game, Lori.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Beeman's got to be pretty pleased, especially from the defensive end standpoint. That's sort of her bread and butter. She knows if they play well on that end, they stay in games.
Well, let's send it over to Scott
Coach, pretty good first half for your team. Most of your offense coming from the perimeter, yet you're right there with no real post offense so far.
Yeah, you know, when we move the ball around and we get some good inside-outside kicks, we're good shooters. You know, I'd like to be able to go inside a little bit more. I think we can. Defensively, we've kind of missed some assignments. Offensive rebounding is much better for us this half. We've got a good crowd. They're our sixth man right now, so we got to continue to play well for a lot of different reasons.
Go get them. We'll talk to you after.
Thank you.
Kanoa.
Thanks a lot, Scott. 19 of Hawaii's 26 first half shot attempts came from outside the property line. They made 5 of them. It is a 2-point game at the intermission.
Keep that energy and stay disciplined.
19 of Hawaii's 26 shots in that first half were from beyond the three-point line. You live and die by the three-point line. Hawaii with 5 3-pointers made. 2 of those right off the bat by Meilani Mapiku. Can they keep doing that and win?
Definitely. I think this is their bread and butter this year. I'm biased. I love shooting threes. That was my thing. When this team makes threes, they're going to be good.
So I think they need to take what the defense is giving them, and so far in the first half, they seem to be open on the three-point line, and I'm sure the adjustments are going to be made during halftime by both sides, but I'd like to see a little bit more inside-outside work, and if they can get that together, the three-point shooting will open up a lot more.
Well, Imani Perez, the team's leading scorer, we highlighted her a lot on Game On, has not yet scored a basket in this game. I look at it as a way that's maybe a positive because you know she's going to get her points eventually.
Well, she's going to find a way,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's getting in, getting to the free throw line, Imani will get her points eventually, hopefully, because that would just add to the points and the dynamic of the team scoring.
Definitely. I think she's feeling this game out, seeing where she's going to get those points. She needs to focus on those boards, help Brooklyn down there. Brooklyn's doing a great job on the boards right now.
Yeah, got to give UW a lot of credit in the paint. Their defense has been terrific. We'll take a break. Come back, we'll have more from the corner.
Being Hawaii's best bank has been our goal.
Live sports.
Teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone.
Team high 6 rebounds. She's only shot the ball 3 times, but the one basket she made was a very big three-pointer.
I think she's doing a great job limiting the offensive rebounding by Washington. 6 rebounds. I look forward to get back on track scoring-wise. You know, she's got a big body in there. If she uses the body, pump fake here and there, get to the free throw line, she can do some damage.
Yeah, her job tonight is going to have to be taking control of those boards. She has a handful with Daniels, who has 5 rebounds tonight, or 4 rebounds tonight. Daniels is 5 rebounds away from getting her 500 rebounds. So Brooklyn's really going to have to handle that the rest of this game.
All right, we mentioned Hawaii, only 5 turnovers in that first half. What are a couple of the keys that they're going to pull off the win?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I know the band's loud. What are a couple of the keys for Hawaii to win?
Continue to limit the turnovers. You know, Washington is going to make those adjustments. They're a Power 5 school. The coach is going to make necessary adjustments, pressure them, so Wahine really need to take care of the ball.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think boards, second chance points, not turning the ball over, and sharing that ball. I think they have such great energy right now because they're sharing the ball. They're hyping each other up, and they need to continue doing that.
All right, we'll see if these two are correct and Hawaii makes the proper adjustment. It's only a 2-point ball game at the half, Hawaii and Washington. It got me a paradigm.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
Get your party started for less at Target.
No matter where you live, from Columbus to Augusta, Valdosta to
to get to the rim in the second half, force some things, maybe get to the free throw line.
19 of Hawaii's 26 first half field goal attempts were from outside the three-point line. Can they survive doing that here for 2 more quarters?
Maybe not, but you do get a little confidence that you're in this game. It's a 2-point margin, right, going into the second half. So your offense sputtered a little bit, but you're still right in this. And so I think on the other side, they got to do some offensive execution tweaks as well on the Husky side.
And maybe, to this point, the best we've seen Lili Wahine Kapu play overall this young season.
Yeah, I think she loves the challenge, right? I'd like to see her get a little bit more in the assist column if she can get to the rim, which we've seen her do. What she does after she gets into that paint, right? Can't she get an easy dump off to Brewers? Can't she get a kick out to McBee?
Already 7 points for Lily. That is right at her current season average. It has been what Hawaii has done, though, from an activity standpoint defensively, that has allowed them to stay in this game. They held Washington to a scoring drought of over 6 minutes in that first half.
I think bench play will come into play here, too, as we talked about. There's the fatigue factor going into the second half, third game in 3 days for both teams.
Here's Steins from the elbow. That was feathery. He was the 9th best guard in the nation, according to ESPN, out of Orangewood Academy. After attending Troy High School, both in California, 4-time All-State selection in the state of Cali.
Yeah, Tina Langley has definitely been on the recruiting trail over the last 2 seasons, only her 3rd season at Washington.
Here's a deep touch for Brewers, Lori. Too strong, though, off the heel.
I don't think she has to fade away there. She's got that height advantage over Daniels underneath, but at least it was a good look in the paint.
Daniels picking up the dribble. Still plenty of time, 10 seconds to shoot. Steins drops it off. An extra pass. Daniels blocked by Perez. Hawaii the other way. It's Ashley Toms. Kicks it to McBee. Good closeout there by Steins.
Toms needed someone running with her, right? McBee's going to spot up for the 3. That's what she does on those runouts. No option there for Toms, though.
Toms lost the handle, but it's going to be a foul call against Washington.
Watching Monty Perez come in here. The ball's going to go to Daniels. Perez almost gets that, but definitely gets that. 6'4" in Monty Perez. Nice defensive skill set underneath for the Wahine.
Had 2 blocks in the win over Idaho State yesterday to go along with 9 points and 7 rebounds. We got another whistle before the inbound. And that's going to go against UW as well. So the foul previously went against Jada Noble. That one's going to go against Hannah Steins. Already a couple of team fouls here early in the 3rd for Tina Langley's squad.
Nice job by Noble there on McBee, not letting her have any breathing room to get that shot off.
7 seconds to shoot, and it'll stay here with Hawaii. They'll have 6 seconds on the shot clock after this inbound.
I feel like the tempo has been turned up a little bit for the Huskies defense.
Wahine Kapu gonna have to do something with it. Finds McBee. Quick launch. Got it! Oh!
McBee was looking hard at the beginning of this 3rd period for a shot. She was blanketed by Noble. Gets loose on the inbounds and drills it.
The catch and shoot. McBee now 3 of 6 from downtown.
And she said they've been deep.
Backdoor cut disrupted by Perez, making her presence felt underneath. Ladine, the crossover move. Rebound Brewers. Hawaii a chance to take the lead.
8th board for Lauren for Brooklyn Brewers. Good movement here. A little bit more tempo and a little pace, better pace, and that ball overthrown. Turnover just out of the reach of Imani Perez. Watch McBee. That's just a great reset. Got her feet set. Perfect footwork for the 3 ball. He came to play tonight.
Yeah, she has her game face on, so to speak.
We have 6 from behind the arc. A little bit of confusion here for the Huskies on the offensive side.
They're having a hard time getting into their stuff. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Schwartz trying to make something happen. Now Steins, and we got a collision between Schwartz and Toms. Toms, never worse for wear. Once again, hits the deck.
She went hard with the cutter. Watch Schwartz right here coming into the screen. No pun intended there, setting that pick. They set a lot of those back picks. They send their guards. That's really where most of their motion comes from. It's not sort of your classic post-type offense.
Inbound to Ledeen, splashes it down.
Ledeen is so streaky. That's who you don't want to see start getting going offensively. 3 of 8 now from the field. First field goal of this second half.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Perez hands it off to Wahine Kapu. Now Ruers for 3. Just grazes the iron. Last touched out of bounds by Hawaii.
Watch El Ledeen come around. Nice job by Daniels, kind of moving that screen around to give her a little bit of time. Not pretty deep. El Ledeen now with 8 points.
Ledeen played for the Cal Storm Team Tarasi hoop squad alongside fellow sophomores on the roster, Hannah Steins, who we have seen, and Shayla Gilmer. Some experience prior to their time wearing the Huskies. Uni Daniels, great maneuvering without the basketball. That pick and roll has worked multiple times tonight.
And they're starting to work that middle part of the key, right? Sort of having their way on the kickouts, getting a little bit deep so that on-ball defense for the Wahine has to turn up a little bit.
10 points, 5 boards now for Delia Daniels. Here's Imai for 3. And loose ball tracked down by McBee. Hawaii gets another stab at it.
Like to see Deja Phillips get involved in the offense a little bit here in this second half. They'll need her down the stretch.
Brewers coming up to set the screen. They find Brewers deep position, left hand off the glass and in.
I feel like we've been waiting for that for 3 games. Good feet underneath and Noble on the run out.
And 1. Second time tonight after a made bucket for Hawaii. UW has beaten them down at the other end of the floor.
Hasn't happened as much as they normally get on the run out, but right there, such patience, just drops it over the head and into Daniels' basket. And Ruers with the left hand, good strong turn, points in the paint for the Wahine.
Timeout on the floor. Artie, because Artie shows up, so you feel like you have to live up to his
Yes,
passion.
Artie, that's it. Because you got to keep up with that jams. You got to get those famous threads of Artie Wilson's. I do have to keep up. Artie, though, his 3 daughters, they got some fits.
Yeah.
they keep dad on.
It is a fashionable
yes,
family.
It is.
There's no denying that.
It is.
So the and 1 prior to the media timeout there. As Jada Noble will look to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Rims out, and we're going to have an over-the-back foul called against Schwartz. Good box out there by McBee. That's the 3rd team foul for UW. Hawaii has 2 on its side here in this 3rd quarter. The lead is 6 for the Huskies. 6-0 to start this season. Preseason picked, if you would believe it, to finish 9th by the coaches in the Pac-12 and 10th in the preseason media poll.
That's how good. That is how good the Pac-12. Of course, UCLA on the Wahine schedule.
Nice shot, Olivia Davies, and that is a welcome sight for the Rainbow Wahine.
And this group, good defensively and offensively as well. You've got McBee, Davies, Phillips, and Perez. Arguably, besides Wahine Kapu, the best 4 scorers on this team potentially.
Davies with a couple of made triples. Hawaii has 7 mates from out there. Good bounce pass, easy 2 for Schwartz. The movement without the basketball for Washington is impressive to see.
Yeah, they found some back cuts that seem to be working. Wahine got to get hold of that defensively.
Miscommunication there between Davies and Perez.
Olivia Davies on a kick out from Phillips. Such a beautiful shot to watch when Davies is on. Looked like he might almost had a deflection there, but that little pocket pass we've seen a couple times in this half. That one from Nadine to Schwartz.
Another cut there by Schwartz without the ball. Pass didn't find her though. And Hawaii deflected it out, so 12 to shoot here on this possession for Washington.
Also don't have Brewers in here right now, right? To sort of clog that post area up, getting some needed rest on the bench.
5 to shoot. Nadine got it stripped away by McBee. The quick hands.
She's putting a nice game together on both ends. Got Davies up front, so it brings Mohini Kapu off the ball a little bit. Nice pass inside. That's going to be a foul.
And how about the post up by Phillips? They were able to find her. She'll go to the free throw line.
Watch McBee setting herself just a little tap, right? Not the rake, so it's not a foul situation for her. Just gets the deflection, and Davies handling the ball a little bit more. Keeps Lily Wahine Kapu off the ball, gives her a little rest, and maybe a little bit better scoring opportunity off of the ball. But you see the passing, and Davies goes about 5'9", right? So you get a little bit of height for that inside pass.
That last foul, by the way, called against Schwartz. That's her 3rd, so she gets subbed out. Daniels comes back in for the Huskies. Deja Phillips. 3 points, all from the line here so far. Just automatic.
It's kind of when Deja Phillips gets warmed up, right? And McBee will take a rest, and Brooklyn Brewers back into the game.
So Hawaii going a little bigger, as are the Huskies.
She's done a great job. 8 boards tonight. Played well on that defensive end, especially.
A little extended pressure.
Definitely pace is slow here for the Huskies. Be a little more deliberate, looking for those cuts to the rim.
Oh, Daniels got behind the defense. Brewers lost her, and the lead is back to 5.
It's a little more deliberate in this 3rd period. We talked about the efficiency of these teams. That's sort of what you're seeing, right? Not a lot dribbling in those possessions, just waiting patiently for that nice back cut.
Daniels up to 12 points. She leads everybody on the floor. Only player in double figures. Now we have a tie-up between Sellers and Perez. And Perez walking somewhat gingerly back to the other end.
Again, now it's just a nice pass by Noble inside. Daniels kind of slipping to the rim underneath. And he's sitting back a little bit defensively. Changing up, clogging that middle part of the court up. In that zone.
Under 10 on this possession. Sellers for 3. It rims out. Brewers collects it. Brewers with 9 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, she's done a really nice job, point of emphasis for her. Like to continue to see her try to get some deep touches. Saw her hit the 3 earlier in this game. She has that kind of range.
Backdoor cut, Phillips relocates it. Davies for 3. Too strong. And it's UW in transition.
It's a 50-50 for me. I like the kick out, but I wouldn't mind seeing Deja Phillips finish there. And such a good free throw shooter.
Noble dared to shoot it. She makes Hawaii pay. And this matches Washington's largest lead of the game. It's back to 8.
Been pretty methodical. Noble really with kind of the juice in this 3rd period for these Huskies. hits the three, been good on the defensive end as well.
Hawaii, no field goals in over 3.5 minutes. Oh, and that pass sailed out of bounds. They tried to run high-low with Brewers and Perez. It's UW basketball.
See, just a little jab step. You're not closing out real hot on Jada Noble, but she can hit that three ball on occasion, and she does right there. Steins has done a nice job in this third period as well, kind of controlling the offense. She gives you some height.
Launches a three. Out of bounds it goes. It'll be Hawaii basketball. About a 9.5-second differential between the clocks here.
Quick look, points in the paint now 18. Only 8 in that first half for the Huskies. They've gotten 10 inside. A lot on these back cuts, been pretty patient. Beeman using a lot of substitutions here. Imai now into the game. Perez logging a lot of minutes.
Trying to keep some fresh legs for the home stretch in the fourth quarter. It was a 2-point game at halftime. UW has outscored Hawaii 16-10 here in this third frame. 7 to shoot. And that pass goes out of bounds. Some unforced turnovers here the last couple of occasions to this end of the floor for Hawaii. That's their 10th giveaway.
I think they engaged a little late in that clock, right? They had 27 seconds, and by the time it got going, not quite enough time.
Now Sellers, the oceans parted for her.
Little shake and bake, and Imai down on the floor again. Kelsey Imai, see the mouthpiece, lost a tooth in that first quarter of this game. See Imai right there with the strip, but to no avail as Sellers with a little shake and bake finish in the key. And on the end of that, Imai tripped on that, it looked like on that foul.
She got hit with the foul. It's a 7-0 UW run. They've made 7 of their last 9. Meanwhile, Hawaii with 4 turnovers over the last 3:08 of this game, and that also coincides with their scoring drought.
Well, they've taken 25 threes. Took 19, I think, in that first half, and settling for that shot. And I think, too, you know, just trying to, you've got that kind of height in the middle. You've got Perez, you've got Brewers, trying to get to the free throw line, trying to force the action a little inside. Mismatch with Wahine Kapu here.
1 second to shoot. Noble able to get it off. As UW is able to build on its lead. They are up 10 here, largest lead of the game, heading into the final quarter.